1. Welcome, everybody. Chris, we're back for another book report.
Rob, why did you get to say welcome to everybody? Why can't I say it one week?
Absolutely.
Welcome, everybody.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody. You say it better than I do, in fairness. I sound like I'm inviting people into some sort of sideshow hall of mirrors. Something might get fumbled upon by the person behind them. Sorry about that, Rob. I don't know. I went insecure there for a couple of seconds.
No problem. You want to give it another try, Chris?
Yeah, can I?
I'll count you down.
You
3, 2, 1.
What about you? Welcome. Welcome to the book. Fuckity duckity. And Google stops his big share. Welcome everyone to the book report. And this week, Rob has got what he won't tell me because he told me earlier on to mind my P's and Q's. Whenever I asked him, he said it was none of my business what book he was doing because he wanted to surprise me because he's sexy. My book. Now I'm not going to go first, Rob. I want you to go first this time because I always.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Okay, go.
All right. My book this week is an essential book. There's, when it comes to artists in general, working in digital media, this book I feel is essential for all artists. My other book that I'll do another week is essential to any commercial digital media artist.
I'm automatically interested in that one, Rob.
So this first one is by Peter Krogh, and it's called The Damn Book.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Do you know?
He get fed up with that book halfway through, didn't he? That's what he called it.
Yeah.
Damn book. And the publisher said, Peter,
it works.
We're going with that. You curmudgeon the old.
So this book is 100% essential, and I do refer to it every now and then. I practice probably 90% of what he goes through in this book.
In what sense?
Well, this book is all about digital asset management. So it's all about your filing systems. It's all about how you store stuff, how you access stuff, how you archive stuff. And it's basically the Bible for digital media artists.
Rob, can I interject something? I love you for this sort of stuff. Because this is, and I always say to people, this is unsexy, but actually it's kind of foreplay, isn't it? In a sense, it's the foreplay. Without the foreplay, you cannot get the first base. This is third and second base stuff.
Wah, wah.
I've been serious. That's the stuff that I am so incredibly. I'm forever indebted to Rob Durston for exactly this stuff, because this is the stuff that maintains you as an artist and as a practicing, working professional photographer.
Yeah. I mean, without books like this, you're just bumping your head against your computer every week because you lose data, you've lost this, you've misplaced that. You can't find something that you obviously should be able to find because you just shot it 3 months ago or even 10 years ago. This book, if you inherit the practices within this book, you will have no issues with those sorts of things.
Is it wordy?
It's very wordy. It's very technical. It's, I mean, if you like technical stuff, I mean, it's right up your alley. And if you don't like technical stuff, you know what?
Yeah.
There's lots of pictures.
Yeah. Great. I love the way you...
There's pictures, there's little diagrams, there's little graphs, there's, you can pick up stuff, just going through it. It's something that you take out on a Saturday afternoon with, a pint and sit on the patio and just peruse through it.
Oh.
I'll read you some of the chapters.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay, yes, imagine this, Chris. Close your eyes, take yourself to another place.
I'm on your patio.
You would have a cold, what, shandy or something?
Yes. I think,
or a little glass of champagne?
Champagne would probably be, in fairness. Probably me.
Chapter 1, the digital photography ecosystem. And under that, there's 12 subheadings. Chapter 2, non-destructive image editing.
Oh.
Chapter 3, There's a whole chapter, metadata, just on metadata.
How much is this?
Chapter
How much is this book, Rob?
I think it cost me like $30. Yeah,
Okay.
It's $50 American.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd probably be about 30, maybe 40 pounds.
I'm going to buy it straight away after this. Tell me about chapter 4.
4, organizing and naming files and folders. There's something that almost no one does properly.
I do it properly, Rob. I do it properly.
Good.
Do you know why?
You know what? There is no right and wrong way. As long as you understand things, and as long as your assistant can drop into your system and understand things, or a layman can drop into your system and understand things. If you can call up an assistant, or if you can call up your other half and say, can you get to the computer and can you find this file? If you search by this, you'll find this. If you can do all that stuff, then that's great. Then your system works. But with this stuff, it just works all the time.
And is it obviously it's not linked to Lightroom or any Photoshop, but it kind of is just something you can use with regards to...
he does include, some programs, some software.
Okay.
So chapter 5 is choosing hardware for image storage. Chapter 6 is backing up and validating data.
Okay.
Chapter 7, ingestion workflows. Chapter 8, working files management. Chapter 9, Lightroom workflow. There you go. Or, if you're not into Lightroom, Chapter 10, Bridge Adobe Camera Raw.
It's got me in both
workflow.
those things.
Yeah. Chapter 11, cataloging strategies. Chapter 12, data migration. And that's it. But absolutely, it's an essential, I think it's an essential book. You will refer back to it. Like you can see I've got bookmarks up here on mine. I go back to certain things every once in a while.
But Rob, you could write that book.
I don't know if I could write it, but I definitely have my a take on it, my interpretation of it, and it 100% works for me.
So, but not just you, Rob, and I'm going to say this out loud. You've told me stuff. Secrets that other people don't tell. Maybe other people don't bloody know it. This is the book that should be given to students in university, year one. Yeah.
Well, these two books, okay, this book that I have here, and the other book. Yeah. I mean, the other book, I took a 15-week course just on the other book.
No. Did you actually?
15 weeks at a university.
No.
So that's how deep in you can get into this.
That's why you're a smarty pants, Rob.
Well, I think, I love being an artist. I love screwing around with Polaroid, alternative processes and stuff, and doing all that. But if you don't have
100%
the backup to all that, to the just even a little inkling of the commercial end of things, whether it's with a little bit of business, with a little bit of, proper workflow, data asset management stuff, with a little bit of color theory, and like I said, business, all those things, that will help you with your artistry,
Rob,
with your artistry, with your art business.
I am living proof. I come out of university, as you know, I've said this before, I come out of university thinking that, from working there and studying there, thinking that, I had enough wherewithal to come out and start making good work. Okay? And that might have been the case with regards to being able to take an image in different mediums.
Oh, absolutely. You could take great work.
I know, but
you could definitely shoot great work.
But listen, the thing is, whenever it comes to all the stuff behind the scenes, okay,
like marketing too.
If you don't have any of that, how do you file? I have a minute.
How do you pay the rent? How do you get your food?
Yeah, I have many hard drives. I know.
Like you think about this, Chris. Think about this book. So you shot something 6 months ago, and the client got 6 images from you, and you took out a 6-month license.
Of course.
They took out a 6-month license. and they give you X amount of pounds, and they used it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And the end of the 6 months comes, license is done, and they go, you know what? We really loved all that stuff. We want to use that same idea for the campaign. Can you please give us another web gallery of the images?
Yeah.
We'd like to get 2 or 3 more images.
Yeah.
If you can't find those images,
100%. Listen, but Rob, you're talking to 3 years ago, me, 2 years ago, me, and by the way, is that Volvo? Is it Volvo contacted me? Who's contacted me?
Pardon me?
Has Volvo contacted me for those images? Is that the company? But no, you're talking to 2 years ago, me, and it would be, and even now, me, to be fair with you, I'm not brilliant at that sort of stuff, but I do realise that the unsexy stuff, the drier stuff, without a doubt, is your. If we could relate this to poetry, Shane Massini's scaffold, it's you need to have a strong foundation. If you don't have that, you are without doubt. I think I'm not going to curse this week, Rob. I'm not going to curse. You're flipped. You're flipped right into the ground, and you're hurt real bad by someone.
Yeah.
But I think,
I mean, if you just have like a system, any sort of system, and you keep it consistent, and that's the word, consistent, and you know it inside and out all the time, then that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And if it works for you, that's even better. You just need to be consistent. Things like this is all logic based.
Yeah.
So if this is logic based, this is what I tell students is you should be able to sit down at any program and be able to decipher the program. Yeah. If it's not logically laid out, then it's not a good program.
Absolutely.
That's why Adobe costs, £10 a month for photographers or £40 a month for the whole Creative Cloud, because they sit down and they figure things out logically so that it totally works. Yeah, you can buy some of those, off-brand image editors and, for £30 or £100, free, like an unlimited license forever. But, you're hunting around trying to find tools, and it needs to be laid out logically, and that's, consistency, logic, and that sort of stuff.
If there's one thing you are, Rob,
it's what?
It's consistent. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go logic because I've been in the car with you to Dublin. It wasn't a long drive, but it was an interesting drive.
I'm consistently emotional.
I love you. I love you. I don't have to. I don't want. Here, do you think that's actually? I think that's why Olivia comes to the window and stuff, because she knows. She knows it's a bromance. She's jealous. It's not she wants to contact me. It's she's trying to save you. Rob, I've drank my wine really quick.
You get a head rush?
Wee tiny bit. I feel a wee bit googly-eyed, let's say. And
what's your book?
Rob, I'm going to say this out loud, okay?
It's none of my
It's none
business.
It's none of your. We can't speak. We can't curse, can we? Because Google has us.
You can curse. I'll beep you out.
Google has us by the fucking ball.
It's none of your business.
Okay, so mine is this book, Rob, The Day-to-Day Life of Albert Hastings by KayLynn Deveney, a photographer from Albuquerque in the US of A. Okay. And this,
never heard of it.
Never. Rob, you are in for a treat. Okay. Now, I have...
The United States has photographers?
Well, there's 3 anyway. I know there's...
Ansel Adams.
Then there's...
Irving Penn.
Yeah, and then there's KayLynn Deveney.
And Richard Avedon.
4. There's 4 now.
Isn't that the 3?
There's 4.
Oh, there you go.
So, KayLynn... I tend to kind of lean on the side of the Irish photo books, because I think that's where I'm at, and I have friends who do so well and everything else. What you say is the link to this book and Ireland? Surely Albuquerque can't have too much to say for itself. Well, KayLynn was a lecturer at the University of Ulster whenever I was working there, and then whenever I was there doing my masters. And she is brilliant. She had such a... You know with people who just kind of live and breathe something, and with students in particular, they are just very. It just works. There's no arsiness. There was no, academic speak. It was just her love photography, her brilliance, her talent, and her ability to teach. So the link to Ireland is that she taught in Ireland, and I've seen her talking about this work a few times. So I'll take you through it, and I'll tell you a couple of stories. Okay, so where's my stuff I have? I'm not going to talk out of my side of my mouth. People just may accept that the sound quality at one point may be slightly off as I talked about this. Okay, so hold on. So this work was made in 2001. Okay, the book is, I don't know what size that is. What's half an A4, Rob? Is that A6?
A6, I think.
Is it A6 or A5? A6? Rob,
half an A4.
Rob, we need to work in this sort of stuff, don't we? Nobody know what. It's why people watch it so they can see how fallible we are. Okay. So anyway,
very
is the answer. The book is 115 pages. That doesn't mean shit, to be fair with you. But what does mean is that this book is, I'll read the back of it actually, because that's probably easier. When Albert Hastings was 85 years old, photographer KayLynn Deveney moved near his small flat. So KayLynn went from America with her hubby to do her, I think, PhD in Newport. Newport. They all go to Newport, don't they? Everyone goes to Newport. I didn't go to Newport, Rob. Do you go to Newport?
No.
Well, there you go. Some people do go to Newport. Anyway, you know who did go to Newport? Noel Bowler, no. Rich Gilligan. I could rhyme them all off.
I thought you were going to say MP.
He taught there.
Yeah, of course.
She thanks him in the book. Anyway, she wouldn't have thanked him if she saw the masks. That's all I can say.
Did you go out for drinks with him last week?
Not last week. It was a few weeks ago. I photographed him in the name of Jesus. Anyway, before we get
hand in hand. Were you guys hand in hand when you did it?
I wouldn't say. I would say no. I don't want to start rhyming slang. But anyway, okay. For the sake of my career, I don't give a shit about my career anymore. I do what I do. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Anyway, Albert, KayLynn came across. She was walking back. She had no car, so she was walking back and forward to the town centre. She came across the building, came across Albert, and made friends with him, and asked him, could she make work? Okay, he agreed, and she started photographing him. Okay, and the stuff is, I don't know what she should done. She did 6.6 anyway, so. The work is just
Hasselblad or Roller or something.
Yeah. I must actually ask what the crack is. But the beauty of the work, Rob, is really simple. Okay, so in KayLynn's words, I often seek in my photographs the banal moments of the day, the experience not usually considered significant enough to warrant a snapshot. Okay, so that kind of gives you a sense. An 85-year-old guy, KayLynn, from America, probably worldly wise, streetwise. She meets this guy and she photographs him, and it's just, there's something about it. There's something about KayLynn doesn't really, she speaks about it. I've been a lecturer, she speaks about this, and it is where she's talking about the relationship. And there was people who were doing the masters, and they were literally, I swear to Christ, after the thing, were in tears in the lift. Okay. So whenever somebody makes
tears of joy, tears of laughter, tears of sadness.
Yeah, tears of emotion. KayLynn can tell a story, okay, and you get through this, and you're just like, okay. So it's her making work with Albert, okay, Albert Hastings. She then importantly invites Albert to have a contribution to the book, okay, and the contribution is that he gets to caption the work, okay? So you have these 6x6 prints, and then you have underneath it a lined jotter, okay? So probably about, a fifth of the page down is lines from a kind of a homework jotter. And then she says, you know, add a critical second response to the work. Okay, and that kind of gives you a feel of where you're at. This isn't KayLynn going in and making work for her. This is making work that's for the both of them. Okay, so she's taking the photographs, then he's having the kind of critical response to the stuff. Now this is, when did I say it was? 2001. So that's 19 years ago.
Wow.
Christ. Okay. But you know, there's photographs here. It's a photograph of Albert. He's bringing in scones, shot inside. You know, it's on film clearly, so all the stuff that goes along with that. Bringing my scones from the oven. 18 in brackets. 18 scones. So you have this really beautiful sense that, you know, watching the world in brackets rat race, hurtling by. And it's a photograph of him at his front door, shot through greenery. It's just absolutely, you know.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, Rob, honest to Christ, it sits in my bookshelf. It's brought down. I should, you know, I know. I probably don't look at it enough. But it's him, and it's his drawings, it's family photographs, it's all the stuff. But whenever you look at it and go through, and it's really simple. There's a photograph of him, and then this is as nice a photograph as you get. Brick wall, kind of house poking over the top, Rover something or other, 1980s, no, not 1970s car. It's him lying prostrate on the ground, with a cup of tea, and it says, this is all in his own handwriting, enjoying the sun. So KayLynn's really contemporary photography, and then his thoughts on what she's done. So it really subverts her work. So it's quite if you look at it with your hand over the work, hand over the writing, and then take it away, it's a revelation. Okay, so I think that if anybody's going to, and the reason why I talk about it is that if you're thinking of doing a documentary project, this is a piece of work to look at. It's how it's put together. And I would say, now KayLynn might hear me saying this, you can drop KayLynn, and you can find her email, you can drop her a message and ask her what the crack was, and I would say she'd get back to you. And the front of the book is the day-to-day life of Albert Hastings in his own handwriting. He died whenever he was 91, I think. Okay. But interestingly, I'm going to read this before we go. Have I time to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Together, our visions and versions of this day-to-day experience sit side by side to create a new tale. At the end of the project, Bert and I, of course, maintained our individual perspectives, but I think we were richer too for being informed by one another. I know I am. Okay. It's 83 photographs by KayLynn Deveney, 77 handwritten captions by Albert Hastings, and an assortment of Bert's poems, drawings, and family photographs. What does that tell you?
Great.
Yeah, Christ. That's a piece of work, isn't it?
And I'm sorry, where'd you get it?
You could buy it online. I was given a copy by KayLynn. All the books that I'm talking about have been given to me, Rob. Do you know why?
Why?
I don't know. I'm just asking you. I'm wondering why. If you knew why, it was more of a seeking an answer rather than.
Why do I only have books that were given to me?
Well, that's true.
Or that I found in the bin.
Or I found in the thing. Rob, I'm quite tiddly. That'll come across in the whole thing. But anyway, isn't it good that we can be tiddly at times?
That's great for a Thursday night.
Is it Thursday night?
Yeah, it feels like Friday, huh?
Well, that's because I always put Thursday off, and then you're always so gracious at moving it to Friday.
It's all good.
Do you think I'm still recording, Rob? I want to look.
I hope so.
Let me see. Let me take a look and see. Yep. I'm so professional. If the guys can actually see behind the scenes here, how long have we got, Rob? 2 minutes?
Let me check here. We have, about 4 minutes.
No way. I'm dying for a pedal. We'll have to pee before that. We'll have to cut this one short.
Well, what I have to say, Chris,
okay, Rob,
is if you, honestly, in the next week or so, the studio went quiet again.
Yeah.
So I think we only have one project coming in next week. So if you have anything that you want to shoot, feel free.
Well, I do.
Because the studio is so pristine now. It's so clean.
Well, Is the pigeon poo lifted?
All the pigeon poo's gone.
Good. 'Cause I want to do a project on. No, I won't tell you. I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a personal thing.
Good.
A naked personal thing.
Okay, I don't want to know.
You do, Rob. You know, Rob. You know, I can hear the panpipes playing in your head. You know. You want to know. God, I shouldn't drink white wine, Rob. It's not even. This white wine isn't even heady. This is like 11%.
Is it white wine?
Yeah. 11%. I told you why I drink white wine. Because Leah likes white wine. She takes one glass, and then I get 3 glasses. I know that. But listen, then I went to red wine where I get 4 glasses. I'm not good with 4 glasses.
So again, Chris, what was your book?
My book was The Day-to-Day Life of Albert Hastings by the wonderful, magical, and you should go look.
And you're holding it up for
No.
everybody to see?
Well, I should hold it up, shouldn't I? I'm trying to hold my bladder. Is KayLynn Deveney. You know what, Rob? I could be too close. I don't know. I'll just move back and forward. See what the crack is. Go and look at her other work. In fact, go and look at her other work. I'll maybe do her other book after this at some point, not next week, but the week after. Well, I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm footing with myself.
All right. And my book was The Damn Book by Peter Krogh. Definitely a must-have. Thanks again, Chris. We'll talk again soon.
Will we, Rob, though? Will we? You know what? We will. Because since I press off, what happens is we keep talking, and I'm going to go for a pee, and Rob, I shouldn't have talked too much. I've talked too much with the pedal.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Rob. Rob, I am. Thanks. Okay, on, speaker on.
That's recording.
Yeah.
Speakerphone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready. 3, 2.
Okay, darling.
Speakerphone off.
Let me put my phone in the charger, and let me just stick up a doodah here.
And you have your book handy?
Rob, I own this book.
Cool. All right.